Hey Firestorm family, welcome to our virtual orientation here, getting geared up for the 25 academic year here at ACU. We're so excited for you to be joining us here today to talk a little bit about what to expect when you're here on campus. We'll hear from different leaders from our student life department, our academic department, our enrollment department, and everywhere in between, telling you a little bit about what you should expect when you come to campus here and a little bit of tips and tricks on how to be a successful student here at ACU. First up today, we'll have our campus pastor, Pastor Travis, give us a prayer, a little words of encouragement, and then tell us a little bit about spiritual life here.
Welcome, ACU family. Welcome to our virtual orientation. I'm Campus Pastor Travis Turner, and I want to thank you for joining us for this little bit of time that you get to know some of our staff and some of our faculty. Well, let's get started with some prayer and a little bit of word. Father, I thank you for these moments we have together. Lord, I thank you for our new students and their parents. Thank you for them trusting us and entrusting us with their kids. And I just pray that you bless these moments we have together. I pray that they would be encouraged by what they hear and see. And I thank you for them. And I pray that their summers would be blessed by you. They'd be encouraged by you, that your grace and mercy would be on them. In Jesus' name. And everybody said, amen. Well, thank you for joining us. I want to start with a little bit of scripture. One of my favorite passages in the Bible is Psalm 119. And I believe the whole chapter really helps embodies a little bit about what ACU is all about. So I want to share a little bit of Psalm 119 with you, starting in verse 9. How can a young man keep his way pure? Isn't that a question all of us parents are asking? By guarding it according to your word. Within my whole heart I seek you. Let me not wander from your commandments. I have stored up your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. Blessed are you, O Lord. Teach me your statutes. With my lips I declare all the rules of your mouth. In the way of your testimonies I delight as much as in riches. I will meditate on your precepts and fix my eyes on your ways. I will delight in your statutes. I will not forget your word. That really embodies what ACU is all about. It's about Scripture, about His Word, about storing up His Word in our heart that we might not sin against Him. And I believe it starts with biblical curiosity. What I'm hoping is as students come to campus, they will get more and more curious about Scripture for themselves. They've been raised often in a Christian environment where they're made to read Scripture, maybe in Bible studies or by mom and dad. Well, I'm hoping that they will begin to want to get into the Word for themselves because they want to, because they're curious about what God might say to them. And see, I believe that this biblical curiosity then turns into biblical literacy. Well, they will start reading the Word and start understanding it, where the Word will start coming alive to them, and they will begin to see what God wants to say to them, how God wants to speak in and through them, because it starts with curiosity, then goes to literacy, and ultimately what I want it to lead to is a biblical lifestyle, because that's what we're all looking for, a life that aligns with the Word of God, and we begin to live our lives with a biblical worldview. So that's my hope for all of the ACU students, and that's what our desire is for their family as well. Now, spiritual formation may be the most important part of the ACU journey here on campus. And that journey really begins with chapel. We have chapel twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 to 11 a.m. Now our Tuesday chapels are entirely student-led. The students lead the media announcements, the worship, and the teaching of the Word. And on Thursdays, the students also will lead with worship, and then we'll be bringing back ACU alumni, and we'll also be using ACU faculty and staff to bring the Word to the students on Thursdays. Those are extraordinary experiences, and chapel is required, by the way. You have to go to 22 out of 30 chapels throughout each semester. Now, in addition to that, At the beginning of each semester, we have what we call Ignite. And Ignite is 24 hours of worship and prayer that'll be held here in the King Auditorium. It's something you're really going to want to be a part of. It's an extraordinary experience, and I know you're going to love it. And then each month we have another worship experience called Encounter. And that will be each month throughout each semester, and really is an opportunity for students to gather together, to worship, to hear each other, to encourage and pray together. Now, in addition to those things, we also have Bible studies throughout campus, and we also have life groups throughout campus. That's probably the first thing I want you to do within the first 2 weeks of you being here at ACU is get yourself connected into a life group. Find your community, find people with like-mindedness, and those communities are really a joy to be a part of. And then we're going to put our faith into practice with service projects. Each semester, every student has to do 2 service projects, either on campus or off campus, using different ministries around the city. We have Habitat for Humanity, Sleep in Heavenly Peace, Feed My Starving Children. These are some of the different companies that we're involved with in which you can do your service projects. Then there's often opportunities here on campus in which to fulfill your 2 service projects. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you in the fall. We'll see you in August.
Once again, thank you, Pastor Travis, for your words of encouragement. Again, giving us a little insight into spiritual life here at ACU. Next up, we'll hear from Dr. Adam Rasmussen, telling us a little bit about what makes ACU's academic program here unique and a little bit about the core here at ACU.
Hello, Firestorm family. I'm Adam Rasmussen, and we're going to talk about what you can expect from your classes at Arizona Christian University. People come to us from all different backgrounds and come for different reasons. They want to get a good job. They want to grow in their relationship with God and their Christian faith. They want to express their gifts and talents and abilities in music and sports and in ministry at the collegiate level. I know that our core curriculum will challenge the way you think and will prepare you to be a leader in your chosen field. You will be equipped with a biblical worldview. We're going to ground you in the Apostles' Creed, in the flow of Scripture, and in books like Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. You'll discover the intersection of faith, reason, and culture. Our professors will be your guides as they help you and your classmates explore together the human narrative, going all the way back to the ancient Greeks and Hebrews, through several epics in history, all the way down to the contemporary American scene. And our interdisciplinary approach weaves together theology, philosophy, history, art, literature, and politics. You'll learn not only what you believe, but why you believe what you believe. Our students come to us knowing, for example, that the Bible is the fully authoritative Word of God. But why? Why do you believe that? By the time you're done at ACU, you'll not only know what you believe, but you'll know the reasonableness of the Christian faith, and you'll be able to defend your beliefs persuasively. You'll also become very familiar with alternative worldviews. We do spend the bulk of our time studying the biblical worldview, but you'll also have exposure to different ways that people think, the other worldviews like naturalism, postmodernism, nihilism, a bunch of other isms. And the reason we want that is so that you'll be able to have empathy towards those who think differently than you do, and to be able to build bridges, to have fruitful conversations and evangelism. You'll be able to engage in significant conversations with others. You'll learn how to listen, to really listen and to understand others, and to express yourself clearly. You'll definitely grow in your relationship with God and in the knowledge of yourself. In all of our courses, your spiritual life of your own soul will be challenged and nurtured, and you will think differently. In Luke 10:27, Jesus said that we are to love the Lord our God with all of our mind. And so many doors and windows will be opened for lifelong learning. All of these benefits are yours at Arizona Christian University. Get ready for a great adventure with some of the best friends you're ever going to have in your life. You're going to be prepared for that job. You're going to grow stronger in your faith. You'll be able to express yourself through all of your gifts and talents at the college level. And I bet God will have some custom-made special surprises just for you that you haven't even thought about yet. Welcome to ACU. I believe Arizona Christian University will equip you with a biblically integrated Christian liberal arts education that is a lot of fun, that is encouraging, challenging, practical, and above all, Christian.
Next, we'll hear from Brent Smith and Callie Marsh, two members of our student life team, telling you a little bit about some of the fun things you'll be able to do here on campus outside of the classroom.
Hello, I'm Brent Smith, Director of Student Engagement here at ACU. I'm super excited to welcome all the new students onto campus, their families. And I just wanted to touch on a few things that I get to oversee and help with, and can't do it without the students. So, 3 things. First, new student orientation. What you can expect coming onto campus is going to be an introduction to academics, an introduction to key people in various departments. There will be a parent session. We'll have that on move-in day. And on top of that, for the students, we're going to get you plugged into a crew group, which is going to be your orientation group throughout that first week, where you'll be with 20 to 25 other incoming students, and each group is going to be led by 2 upperclassmen students who have been there before, done that, who will show you around, and the hope is that potentially they become a mentor for you. And so that's first thing. Second thing, intramural sports. We have those, and they happen every Tuesday night, and we'd love for you to get involved, and we play a different sport each week, so be on the lookout. We use IM leagues to run all that, and some of the fun sports we played last year were volleyball, spike ball, and 3-on-3 basketball. If you have an idea for what you want to do, we've got a group of student leaders who oversee that, and we'd love to get your feedback. We'd love to see you out on the court, out on the field, building community through competition. Lastly, clubs. we have them as well. Last year we had 23 clubs in total, and kind of our 4 categories of clubs are academic, spiritually focused, social interest, or recreational. So if you have an idea, if there's a group of students that want to get something started, please come see me, talk to your crew leader, and we'll see what we can do. We look forward to meeting you and seeing you on campus, and roll Storm.
Hi everybody, my name is Callie Marsh and I have the pleasure of working in our student life department here at ACU. We're so excited that you're joining us in fall, and we just want to give you a preview of what you can expect for your time here at ACU. Every Tuesday night, our campus rec team hosts intramural sports in the FRC. Sometimes it's dodgeball, sometimes it's volleyball, sometimes it's spike ball, sometimes it's ping pong, and that's a great opportunity to meet people and play competitive sports. Every Wednesday night, our campus activities board hosts weekly events. These can range from Fall Festival to Winter Formal to Kiddie Pool Kickball to even National Pepperoni Pizza Day. This is a really fun break in your week to gather, meet friends, and line dance or throw a football around, get some snacks, and spend time together, building community. On Thursdays, usually once a month, our spiritual life team hosts a worship encounter or a worship prayer night. This is a really good opportunity to get connected in fellowship and prayer and worship, and really just grounded in the things that matter most to us here at ACU, which is the Lord. So you can look out for those once a month. Usually on Friday nights, we have Friday Night Live, which is sometimes live music from our music department. Sometimes it's board games. Sometimes it's study sessions. That's just like a late night hangout in the Tower Student Hub. You can expect to see those as well throughout the year. After you check in, you'll go through the new student orientation and then Welcome Week. Welcome Week is a really fun opportunity to meet new people and get plugged in immediately at ACU. We have events that are campus traditions and classics like Firestorm Roundup with line dancing and bull riding and yummy food, and we have our silent disco, which is really funny if you don't have your headphones on, and we will be hosting a field night, we'll be hosting a worship and connection night, and we'll also have a watermelons and water slides, which is a massive water slide with water guns and watermelons, you guessed it. So we want you to come, we want you to know that you were invited to all of these. This is a great opportunity to meet your peers and to get acclimated to ACU's community culture. A great way to keep up with all of the events happening around on campus is to follow at ACU Student Life, where we post weekly what's going on around campus. You can also check your local bulletin board to see what's happening as we post a monthly snapshot. We're so excited you're joining us in fall, and we can't wait to see you.
Next, we'll hear from Brian Stanley, Head of Residence Life and Assistant Dean of Students. He's going to give you a little preview about what to expect when you're living on campus, including a little sneak peek at some of the dorm rooms here at ECU.
How's it going? My name is Brian Stanley. I'm Director of Residence Life here at Arizona Christian University. I have the unique experience of not only being an employee of the school, but an alumni. I've gone to the school, know its core values, its mission, and I love the environment that we have here at the campus. One of my jobs is to actually oversee all the dormitories and RAs. Our RAs are a team built to assist you in whatever college experience you have. They've seen it all, they've been through it all, and they want to make sure that you're thriving here on our campus. Freedom and Liberty are going to be our two main freshman dorms that we use. Those dorms have one dorm room for you that's with you and your roommate. They connect through a bathroom with another suite mate that's on the other side. These rooms come with a desk, dresser, and a bed. You'll be able to make your own space however you want to make it. Your RAs are going to be in charge of you. You should have at least one or two per floor that you're on. They're going to help you oversee any number of things, whether it be maintenance requests, conduct issues, anxiety about your upcoming school year, or just feeling a little homesick. They love to encourage you, reach out, and make sure that your experience here at Arizona Christian is one that can possibly be the best. We have 4 main resident directors on campus. These resident directors oversee our RAs and make sure that they're having everything that you need to make sure that you're having a great time and a good environment here on campus. Our other dorms include Independence, Hotel, Patriot 3, Patriot 2, and Constitution. Each one of these dorms has a unique experience that's out there that's available for you to check into. Each one of these dorms has a unique experience that's geared to your environment. You get to make your own room however you want to succeed or thrive for your school year. Each month, your RAs are going to throw on one event per month. These could be football watch parties, this could be Monday night tournaments, this could be just a study session where we provide pizza for you guys. The first night we throw a Storm and Norman's Neon Bash. It's one massive event for all our new students on campus. Our RAs love throwing this event. Wear your neon outfit, wear neon colors, and we'll have the glow sticks and the party to make sure that you're going to have a great time. One area that I want you to be aware of, if you have any sort of mechanical or room problem, feel free to reach out to reslife@arizonachristian.edu. That's your gateway to accessing any sort of maintenance issue that you may have. Whether it be a leaky sink, something's off with the air conditioning, we want to make sure that you're able to we want to make sure that you're able to fix those problems whenever needed. That's reslife@arizonachristian.edu. I'd love to get to know you or talk or answer any other questions you may have. Thanks. Have a great day.
Corey Quinn is our next speaker. He is our Director of Campus Safety. He's going to walk you through a little bit of how we keep our campus safe and secure.
My name is Corey Quinn, and I serve as Director of Campus Safety at Arizona Christian University. I'm delighted to welcome you and your family to our community and provide you with an overview of our Campus Safety Department. Our team consists of dedicated guards whose primary mission is to ensure the safety and security of students, staff, faculty, and visitors. We employ a comprehensive security strategy that incorporates patrol, advanced technology, and educational programs. Our security personnel includes a mix of armed and unarmed guards along with off-duty police officers who patrol our campus around the clock. Our armed guards are all retired police officers who collectively bring over 200 years of law enforcement and military expertise. To stay abreast of best practices, our guards participate in annual training sessions covering university policies, CPR and first aid, firearms proficiency, and other relevant areas. The Campus Safety Office operates 24/7. Should the office be momentarily unstaffed, a two-way video system in the lobby allows anyone to communicate directly with the on-duty guard. Additionally, assistance is just a phone call away at 602-489-5301. We have invested significantly in resources to maintain a secure environment at ACU. These measures include security cameras, alarmed emergency exits, and keycard access systems in residence halls. We also provide personal escorts for those moving across campus. We encourage all students and staff to download the Stop It app on their mobile devices. This app enables users to instantly report emergencies by pressing a red button, which alerts our on-site response team and allows for the discreet transmission of additional information through text, photo, videos, or voice recordings. During an emergency, the app provides real-time location tracking until the situation is resolved. Our campus safety team maintains a strong collaboration with local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies who are regularly present on campus for patrols and support. We ensure all incidents are documented and, when necessary, reported to the appropriate law enforcement authorities. At ACU, the safety and success of our students truly mean the world to every member of our staff. I'm genuinely excited to support your student in creating their own unforgettable college experience. Thank you for your trust in us with your student, Enroll Storm.
I'm so excited to hear from our next speaker, Dr. Jeff Green, our VP of Academic Affairs here at ACU. He's in charge of overseeing our entire academic department and will give us a little bit of insight here of what to expect in the classroom.
My name is Jeff Green, and I'm the Vice President of Academic Affairs here at Arizona Christian University. You might not know, what's a VP of Academic Affairs? Well, by training, I happen to be a philosopher. I'm a professor here, and I oversee our library, our student services, our registrar's office, and our various departments here. And just on behalf of all of us in the academic area, we're so thrilled that you've come to join us and become part of the Firestorm family. When you're here at ACU, school is definitely going to be a big part of why you're here. Studying, reading, doing papers, things like that. A few things I just want to pass on to you for you to be thinking about as you enter into your college years. First, I really encourage you to be patient with yourselves, right? Figure out the right number of classes to take each semester. For some of you, that might be 5, 6 classes. For others, it might be 4 classes. I know that there's an urgency and a hope, you want to get on and move on with your career. We want to help launch you into that. But I also encourage you to find the right pace for you too. Recognize that, some of you are going to choose your major in the first semester and it's going to be the perfect major for you. Others of you might take some time, right? Try a class or 2 out in different majors or even switch your majors, and that's all right as well. There is no predetermined time in which you have to graduate from college to start launching your career. For everybody, it's going to be a different story that God has with you, that He's planned for you. So trust His sovereignty, follow His will, and figure out the best pace for you to succeed. I also really encourage you to get to know your professors. Many of our professors will have offices on campus, or they'll be willing to meet with you over Zoom. They want you to succeed. And I know it can be scary and a little awkward necessarily to reach out that first time and send that email, but try it. If they're like me, and many of them are, they're so happy when a student emails them and wants to pick their brain, wants to get their advice, or even just wants help with an assignment. We recognize that we're imperfect too. And so maybe the instructions we gave weren't as clear as they could have been. Or maybe there's something you really want to know more about something we said in class. Let us know. We're happy to engage you. Come see us in the office hours. We can go have coffee in the tower or something like that. Whatever it is that we need to do to help you take your next step towards Christ and towards succeeding here, we want to be a part of it. And finally, get to know your other classmates as well. Your fellow classmates are a wealth of information. They can help you remember, hey, we got that quiz due or we got that paper due. But they also can be encouraging for you as well. It's going to be an up and down journey, right? That's the nature of life. And there's going to be some classes that you're going to find harder than others. Finding friends around you that can come alongside of you and encourage you, maybe help you, and be able to direct you to good resources to overcome a class that they've also struggled with and overcome, that can just be a great benefit to you. And so be willing to put yourselves out there. You're coming in, you have teammates here, you have students and faculty that are surrounding you that want to see you succeed, and to be able to find a major and then hopefully a profession that really matches what Christ's calling is for you and your vocation. So again, welcome to ACU. We're really glad you're here. My name is Jeff Green. You're always willing to come stop by and say hello to me in my office. Take care. Bye.
Now we'll hear from Lexi Bartimioli, our senior EMS here at ACU, about a little bit about the enrollment management specialist role and how it's here to serve you as a student here at ACU.
Hey guys, my name is Lexi. I'm the Senior Enrollment Management Specialist here at Arizona Christian University. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about what your Enrollment Management Specialist or EMS does to help you during your time at ACU. First, we help you with your academics. So you'll meet with your EMS at least once every semester to help you get enrolled in classes for the next semester. We also help you with things like planning your graduation plan, making sure you're registered for the correct classes, and just overall your advocate during your time at ACU. Second, we also help you with your finances. Figuring out how to pay for college can be really stressful, so we're here to help you from the beginning to the very end of the process. We can help you answer questions about your FAFSA application. We'll provide all the different resources to help you with everything from student loans to tuition reimbursement to private scholarships and all those sorts of things to make sure that you can fund your college as stress-free as possible. Lastly, we're your main fan here on campus. So we, as your one-stop shop student advisor, we are your student advocate to help you if you're having troubles in any sorts of areas while you're at school. If you're feeling homesick, if you're having trouble with a teacher or a roommate, you can come to us and we'll help connect you with the right resources to resolve those challenges.
Next, we'll hear from Dr. Jennifer Russum. She oversees our Academic Center of Excellence here at ACU, and she's going to tell us a little bit about how that's going to help you be a successful student at ACU.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jennifer Russum, and I am the director of the Academic Center for Excellence at ACU. Around campus, we call this the ACE, and it is located in the east wing of the library. The ACE is your one-stop shop to get the academic support that you need. In the ACE, we have tutoring, we have a writing center, and we have academic success coaching. In the ACE, we want to support you with any class that you are taking at ACU. That means if you're in a science or a math class and you have a tough exam coming up, you can come to the ACE and meet with one of our tutors and get help preparing for that exam. Or maybe you're in an English class or a humanities class and you are writing a paper and you want some support. You can come to the Writing Center and we can help you with any paper at any stage in the writing process. That means that our writing coaches can help you build an outline or come up with a thesis statement, or they can help you with the final editing of your paper before you turn it in for a grade. In the ACE, we also have success coaches that are there to help you with your academic journey. So if you ever have a question about a class or you need help with studying or taking notes or planning for your finals, our success coaches are there to help you. Basically, if you need any help with your academic journey or your classes at ACU, please stop by the ACE and we will have someone there to serve you and support you.
I'm excited to hear from Susan Johnson next. She is a professor here at ACU, but also serves as our campus historian. She's going to tell us a little bit about the history of ACU and how we transitioned to our new facilities here in beautiful Glendale, Arizona.
Hi, future Firestorm. I'm Professor Susan Weaver Johnson, and I am the chair of the Department of Liberal Arts, as well as an instructor here on campus. But one of the many hats that I wear is of university historian. Our university actually was founded back in 1960 as a Bible college, training pastors and worship leaders and educators and Christian ministry. That is still a piece of who we are today. But as we continue to grow in about 15 years, University, Arizona, because that explains where we are at. Christian, it's not just okay to be a Christian here, but we want you to commit to your faith, and we integrate biblical worldview and study throughout all of our classes. This is core to who we are and what we believe. And then a university. Today we compose 2 different schools in the undergraduate program, and then we also are offering master's degrees. So our school has continued to grow. And the exciting thing was that just before COVID in 2019, our university actually moved across campus. We were on a piece of land that had been donated to us in the kind of extenuating will of a nurse who came out to Arizona in the late 1800s, Miss Ida Klaus. And Ida had a land grant of 160 acres. And when she passed, she left that land to be used for God's purposes. Arizona Christian University, when in 2019, had about 20 acres of that land left. We were doing amazing things as a school and getting recognition for our academic achievement and what we're doing in the classrooms and preparing for a wide range of careers. But the land was small and the rooms were cramped and it was old. In 2019, this miracle occurred where we were able to swap that very valuable small piece of land for a beautiful campus. Today we have about 73 acres with beautiful classrooms, provisions for fields and swimming and recreation, but also the space for in the classroom, our professional studies. Beautiful dorms, cafeteria. The land itself comes with a deep history. In my job as historian, one of the things I take a very careful look at is our World War II history of this new piece of property that we have. It was started in 1941, several months before the bombing at Pearl Harbor. It was a pilot cadet training base where pilots from all over the United States came to learn how to fly, as well as British pilots who were already at war in Europe and Chinese pilots who were already at war in Asia. Over the years, over 10,000 men came here and trained to be pilots. The graduation rate actually was very high. There were 60 of these training sites across the United States, but this one was special. Not only did we have a very great safety record and the training of these young men, but also it was known as the country club of all of the other pilot schools. It was a beautifully designed set of buildings and landscaping, even down to the painting and the architecture of the furniture. Jumping forward 80 years, we've inherited that site, and there are still a few World War II locations on our property. But in the intervening 80 years, many beautiful buildings were built by the Thunderbird School of Global Management. And in our switch from our old campus to this one, we have just gained a wonderful opportunity to expand our programs. As a historian, I look back and do analysis and think about how we can learn from the men and the women who were here before us. But one thing I want to challenge you as coming in as a freshman is what kind of history are you going to leave here at ACU before you are gone in 4 or 5 years when you graduate? What changes will you make? This is my privilege. This will be starting my 19th year at our school. And I've gotten to know many men and women from around the world who in small and large ways have started new programs, ministries, student traditions. Some of them who are now working for the university in many capacities. And it's exciting to see them transforming culture with truth, which is our school motto. How are you going to do that? Please think about that. Pray about that. Be intentional. How are you going to jump in when you arrive in campus next fall? Are you going to be involved in your major and taking classes? Well, yes, you will, but there's a lot of other things that you can do to build your resumes and build your networking within your major academic area. Will you be involved in student life? Maybe you want to be a resident assistant in the dorm as you've lived here. Maybe you want to be involved in music. We have this phenomenal music program here at ACU. Maybe you're going to come as an athlete. Maybe you're going to come as an honors scholarship. What are you going to do to then leave this place even better than you found it? So welcome to Arizona Christian University. We're excited to have you starting the end of August in 2024. But remember, as though it's a beginning for you, please be intentional about what you're going to be involved with, how the Lord is going to use you in being willing to open doors and experience new things as you come and join us as part of our Firestorm family.
As we begin to transition into our Q&A portion of our orientation here, I just want to give one last thank you to all our incredible speakers that we heard from today. Hopefully you gained a little bit of insight, picked up some helpful tips and tricks, and learned a little bit more about what student life is going to be like for you as students here at ACU. During our transition period here, go ahead and start putting any questions that you may have for our panelists into the comment section. We'll start going through those questions one by one and answering any questions that you may have, whether it's a very simple question or more complex. We'll get as many of those questions answered for you during that Q&A portion. Again, start dropping those in now. And to wrap us up again, thank you so much to all of our incredible staff and faculty that we heard from today. Hey guys, welcome to our Q&A portion here for our virtual orientation. I'm joined again by Leah Carlisle and Brian Stanley, members from all over the campus here. Leah on the front end admission side again, kind of helping all those last minute processing questions, kind of getting you ready, especially for you athletes out there. She's your go-to gal. Brian Stanley is our assistant dean of students, over residence life, knows a ton on campus, knows everything about everywhere on campus. So if you have any fun questions about your dorm, meal plans, anything like that, he's your guy, and then I'll answer as many questions on the enrollment side as I can. We got a bunch of good questions, so we'll start kind of picking them off. Again, if you have a question or if we half answered a question and you want more clarification, keep dropping them in. Again, we'll hang out here for a little while here, just kind of jumping in at answering those questions. And again, there's really there's so many things you can ask, and ask away, guys. So we'll start off here. What do we want our first question to be here, guys?
Like Brian should start us off with maybe some questions about maybe suite mates and storage.
Yeah,
maybe just kind of
those,
some general housing stuff.
Yeah, there's a couple great questions in there. I see some people asking about, we'll take the first one that I see right here, which is the entryway of independence. Yes, our dorms are customizable. You can set them up however you want them to be as far as furniture goes. So if you wanted, hey, I want my bed to face the window, or I wanted this one, as long as you and your roommate agree to it, that's perfect for us. Go for it. I've seen so many different combinations of beds, whether they be lofted, not lofted, underneath in an L format, different tiers of shelving. So feel free to customize that. As far as the entryway goes, make sure that's as cozy as you can with your suite mate. So if you had shoe rack or trash cans, or hey, this is where we're going to put all our appliances for cooking, go for it. Let's make that happen. All of the ask is that you keep it clean, keep it respectable, and make sure that you're connecting with your suite mates on those kind of questions. When it comes to suite mates and finding out who that extra pair is, we kind of live that in that vague area because we are still placing so many. So I would hate to say, hey, you're going to be with Susie, you're going to be with Jack, you're going to be with this person, and then all of a sudden there's a change or someone wants to realign with a different roommate. So we try to keep those vague until the last possible minute. If you go to your eRes application and your housing, you should be able to see your roommate, and sometimes there are suite mates on there so you can connect with them. I encourage you to go back to your housing application and see that portal and see what's on there.
And speaking of portal, we had a few questions too about connecting with other families. And I know Ashley, thanks for answering it for one way with that Facebook group. But we also have an official parent and family experience page that we have. You might have received emails about it. If not, during check-in, there'll be tons of opportunities to sign into that. But for you parents out there, it's either a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or whatever you want newsletter sent to your email. And there's a little portal where you can go on, read different articles, different posts. Brian and his team post a bunch. Athletics post a bunch in there. Our academic team and all their events post a bunch in there. So it's really a good central hub of ACU information. But then for your parents as well, it also has a lot of information about like, hey, how do I drop off my kid at college for the first time and not bawl my eyes out and make it an overly emotional day? How do I answer that first call when my son or daughter is stressed about their roommate? And do I call Brian? Do I call the EMS? What do I do? And so there's a ton of great information in there, both on the kind of what's going on at ECU and hey, how do I kind of step aside or step next to my student in college and help them kind of navigate it. So definitely be looking out for joining that parent and family experience newsletter.
Awesome. I'm going to jump down just a little further and answer Valerie's question about parents being at the orientation week.
Great question.
So yeah, we love having parents. We love having families for our check-in days and being available. Specifically for parents, the only really time frame that we have that's going to be geared really towards you is going to be on the 21st, which is that Thursday for new student check-in. At 2 p.m., we're actually going to have a parent orientation. It's not required, but we would love to see you there. It's a great way to meet new people, really get resources for your students to make sure they're set up well for success. So when they're calling you maybe halfway through the semester and they're maybe not doing as well as they thought, or they're homesick, and you can be like, hey, you know what? I remember this orientation. I had some really great resources at my hand. So would probably encourage you to join. So that'll be at 2 o'clock at the event center on the 21st. And we actually have a really cool thing this year as well. We're going to be doing a Spanish-speaking Q&A session. So if maybe English isn't your first language, we're trying to do our best to cater towards your family as well. So just a lot of really great things are going to be happening on that Thursday, August 21st, new student check-in day, and there'll be other options for parents during that time.
Absolutely. So, I've got a question about books, specifically about when you suggest start getting books, but kind of on the higher level of that. If you are in your classes already, I would highly suggest logging into Populi, going to your classes, and whenever you see that class blue hyperlinked, clicking on that, and you should be able to see the syllabus, your professor, the classroom time, again, all that information, including the books that are required for that class. Now, it might not be 100% there. I know there are a couple classes here or there that are still finalizing their books, but for the most part, again, 99% of all those classes are going to have those books listed. And about this time, again, depending on when you're moving in, if you're going to be one of our earlier move-ins, maybe you're on the football team or anything like that, maybe you can wait till you get here, have them mailed to you here, or go pick them up. But really wanting to make sure I'm looking for those books, and especially at this time you're kind of maybe looking for a used copy. You're not always having to go brand new, so you're not spending the hundreds of dollars, but maybe the dozens of dollars on your book there. So kind of up to you officially when you want to start getting them, but we always recommend making sure you're having them on the first day of class there. All right, Brian, we have a few more on kind of mailroom and kind of stuff like that. What would you suggest for that?
So here's what I suggest for mailroom and getting plugged in. As soon as you get here onto campus, make sure you go get your mail. Now, if you're flying from out of state or you're in a different part of the country that's, hey, I'm a little farther, I don't know if my, in my case, Jeep Cherokee can make it all the way there with my refrigerator stuck in the back. Here's what I tell parents to do. Write on the label, attention, new student incoming, and their name. So our mailroom will accept all these items, so we'll place them in a position for you. Just make sure you have a photo ID so that you can claim your items when they arrive on campus. So go to that mailroom, check it out, and say, hey, I got a fridge or I have a giant suitcase that I was scared about taking on the plane. Is it here? Yes, probably. Let's take a look for it and make sure it arrives safely. There's another one on here, trash cans in dorms. Most of our dorms do have trash cans. I would recommend purchasing another trash can. You have no idea how many food items go through that room. So make sure you have enough trash capabilities so that your student can find success there, making sure that room stays clean.
Awesome. And just to piggyback on the housing one, we do have air conditioning because we live in Arizona, and that would be really brutal if we didn't. So yes, all the dorms are air conditioning. No worries about that coming in here. I'm going to kind of try to answer a little bit of Aiden's question, and really for any other athletes that are out there, specifically for your sport, the best way to find out when things are happening, your practice schedule, lifting, conditioning, all that good stuff, is definitely going to be to reach out directly to your coach. They're going to be the ones, obviously, setting all those things up, what that looks like. So getting in the gym, the workout room, getting those things ready. They might even have workouts for you maybe right now that you guys can start doing, getting ready for. So reach out to your coaches, whether that's basketball or any other sport that you're a part of, and they're going to be able to kind of get you started on what that looks like when you get here to ACU.
And a quick one that I'll jump into, what type of Bible is recommended for students to have? Great question. I don't know if ACU has an official, this is the version that you have to have in class. The Bible department might, some of those specific, if you're a biblical and theological studies major, they might, for certain classes, want certain versions. Kind of the standard that is used at ACU is the ESV. But I'd highly recommend, even getting the Bible app, having multiple, versions on there, because there are going to be, ones that are, we leans toward more than others, but again, no official one, but kind of ESV is kind of the general answer we go for that one.
I got two great ones here for campus. Can you hang things on the wall? Yes, you can. Please use command strips that you can pull down. We've had in the past a couple of students that use whatever random thing that they found on Amazon and it's left a goop or it's taking part of our drywall off. We will charge you if that happens. So in order to make sure that doesn't happen, please use a command strip with the pull down tab that you can take off easily at the end of the year. So you can hang keys, hooks, hats, whatever you need to hang, it'd be on there. Someone asked about laundry rooms. Great news for the people that are looking to use the laundry rooms on campus. They're free. You don't need to worry about quarters. You don't need to know about cards. All our laundry on campus is completely free.
Awesome. So keep dropping in questions, guys. We're going to keep going through those as we're getting here. One that I honestly get a lot, so I just figured I had a question in my head that I see a lot of times is, what type of laptop or questions about specifically for technologies should you be bringing here? That's completely up to you. I love Brian. He's got even an iPad that he uses. Me and David here are using laptops. So in terms of should I go for Mac, should I go for Windows, what option is that? I would say really whatever is you're most comfortable with. If you had Windows your whole life and that's what you used in school or high school coming into college, probably should get a Windows, because if you're going to get a Mac, you're going to be like, I don't know what's going on or how to operate this. So, or if you've had a Mac, the same thing. Go with that. That should be your kind of main one that you go for and utilize while you're in college. So that's just kind of one that I see a lot of times come through, and it's a really helpful way. Just whatever you are most comfortable with is a great resource for you to use.
All right, we have kind of one or a couple different versions of this question, but about kind of, can you leave campus? Do we have quiet hours, kind of that same idea? Do we have a curfew or anything like that? So again, at ACU, you're allowed to leave. There's no specific curfew of like, hey, we're going to check your dorm at 11 p.m. and if you're not there, you're being written up or anything like that. Brian's not going to do that in his team. But we do have quiet hours. I'll let Brian speak to that and kind of the overall vibe on campus. But again, if you're here on campus, you're allowed to leave. Your time is yours. Obviously stay safe, and make smart decisions. But again, nothing specifically in terms of curfew on campus, but what are our quiet hours?
So our quiet hours are 10 to 10. So 10 o'clock in the morning until 10 p.m. Or you flip that around. Yes. 10 p.m. at night. You must be quiet during the day. At night, let loose. 10 p.m. at night till 10 p.m. in the morning, we request that you just be quiet. That goes for pool hours, lounge hours, those kind of things. So we do have a great team of 25 RAs that are all over our campus. They're there to help our students, make sure that they feel at home, make sure to answer any questions, keep the organization going and flowing like it should. But they'll be intentional with meeting with you. So if you ever feel like, hey, I'm going to be taking this trip, I just want to let someone know where I'm going, they are there for those kind of things. They want to be your best friend in some sort of weird way of connecting with you to make sure that you're having a great time here at ACU. Parents, if you're worried about your students, we can always check in on them. So if you're, hey, I'm worried about Timmy, is he okay? Perfect. Let me send an RA over there just to make sure that he's doing okay. And it can be anonymous, so don't worry about that. But our RAs do check in on our students pretty regularly just to make sure that they're having a great time.
And Brian sort of connected that to, I think, it's good information, visitation or visiting friends in dorms, or what kind of general rules on that?
Yeah, not to sugarcoat it, but we do have different rules that are here on campus. So guys can't go into girls' rooms, girls can't go into guys' rooms. And the reason why for this is just for pure safety. I never want one of our students to feel like they're in a situation that they can't get out of. That dorm room for them is going to be a safe place. So we ask that, opposite genders, please use our lounges, please use our tower, please use common spaces that everyone can enjoy and be safe and seen and held accountable. So that's something that our RAs do enforce, along with a couple of different other rules that are there for you. Obviously, no alcohol, drugs, partying, those kind of things. But we try to make sure that each student feels like they are responsible for their own well-being here and making sure that they're kind of going on to that path of adulthood.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'll try to answer some of the questions. I know we have some work studies, some job applications, maybe specific to the library, some stuff like that. So we actually just redid our job board. So we actually have that's kind of still in the works. So we'll also be able to send that out. If you want to reach out to your recruiter, they can definitely send that link out to you for jobs. So basically what I usually say, because I've been doing this job for 4 years and I get the job question a lot of times. So the best way to do it is really just checking out our job board. So again, reach out to your recruiters for step one. And in terms of what does that look like with athletics, it's probably just really going to be getting the job first. So putting in your application, making sure you're a good fit with whatever department that kind of is operating within, and then kind of going from there. The other really good thing that I'm gonna try to sell you on, we got a lot of businesses really close to campus. So even if you don't have a car, or maybe you have a friend that, hey, you can get a job at the same place that they do, so many different options. We have Walmart, we have an EOS gym facility that you could work at, Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, Starbucks. If you love Starbucks, you could work there. It'd be awesome. So you have lots of options. And even the better thing is some of the jobs that are really close by, some of the businesses that I mentioned, have tuition assistance after you've worked there for a certain amount of time. So you're getting paid to work there and getting paid to go to school. So just kind of look around at some of the other resources. So if you get kind of like, oh man, I really wanted a job on campus and it's really convenient, don't be discouraged. There are plenty of options around. And again, reach out to your recruiter about the job application link on our job board. We can kind of get you started from there.
All right, so we have a good one here about the library being accessible when school starts. And we also had a few questions about where do I go during move-in? I think we kind of connected all here together. And I know Leo will appreciate this.
Wow.
So yes, the library renovations, while they're still wrapping up, everything else from here is kind of external, so there might be a few more little projects on it, but again, the library is going to be open. It is open, and it's going to be fully being able to be utilized with those new updates to the inside of it. But then for check-in and where you go when you're moving in and all that, again, you're going to want to start that day in the library. So you'll want to come on the campus. There'll be tons of signage for where you need to go, but you'll go into the parking lot near the event center if you're familiar with campus. You'll start your day in the library. You'll kind of go through with some of our guys actually behind the camera here this morning. You'll check in with them, go through, get your parking pass, your ID, take your profile picture for your account here. Then you'll meet with probably Leah or a member of her team, say hi to her, check in with her, maybe a member of my team on the enrollment side too as well. We will also, and Leah has her actually right behind her, at the end of that library check-in, every student, mom and dad will get a shirt, and that is our shirt there. We're really excited about it. So be looking out for that, but that is where you will start your day for check-in. And then as long as you pretty much get on the campus, everywhere else you'll be directed. So you can kind of turn off your direction brain at that point. We'll have a ton of people helping you out, walking you, showing you where to go, signage on where to go. So as long as you can figure out to get on the campus and get to the library, you'll be taken care of from there, and they'll kind of direct your car to a spot that's going to be easy to move into each of your dorms there. Anything else, Brian, Leah, you would add to that day?
No, I think that's great.
Yeah, I would say I'm sending out all the communication for each, if you're an athlete, what team and day and all that good stuff. And yeah, in terms of, I even put a check-in map. So definitely check the attachments on the check-in day emails that I send. There's literally a map, tells you where to come, the best places where to park, and then literally kind of funneling you to the library. But just exactly like David said, if you can get on campus, we'll be able to direct you to the library. You'll be all set and totally taken care of for the day.
Hey, there's a good one here about just different things around the area. So someone asked, are we free to leave the weekend during free time? So there's two things I want to hit on this. One, we always have things going on during the school year on campus during the weekend. So if you're saying, hey, I got nothing going on, man, there's a basketball game, there's a football game, there's events that are happening all the time. So I want to make sure you're aware of that. But also knowing that you're part of the Phoenix Valley, there's so many great things and opportunities to hit around you. So if you're looking forward going to a football game, I know my family's going to go to the Arizona Cardinals practice next weekend. It's a free event and I'm excited about it. So those are things that are around the area that you can hit. If you're, man, I'm from Oregon, I want to hit the trees, I miss the trees. Flagstaff is only about 2.5 hours away. Make sure you get up there. Sedona is beautiful during the fall time. I encourage you to go travel. Which brings me to my next thing. Since we're a part of this Phoenix Valley, medical emergencies, in case of hospitals, there's literally a hospital that is probably about a mile away. It's called Banner Thunderbird. That is our closest emergency room. They are a big trauma center there, so we have a capability of anything that happens. Feel free that you're knowing that they're taking care of you right down the street. So it's not somewhere that's outside of a town or anything like that. This is a big metropolitan area, and we're encouraged by that because there's a lot of things going on. So yeah. Clean rooms, checks by RAs. Yes, so we do 3 checks throughout the school year. They're called our health and safety checks. Basically, our RAs with our RDs go to room by room just to make sure that everything is up to standards. We're looking for, is the room clean? Is there a pile of pizza boxes in the corner? Has someone not touched grass in the past 3 months? We want to make sure that you're doing okay. But we're also looking for things that are probably outside the norms that you shouldn't have on campus. We're doing both those. So each time, that's 3 times a semester that we'll be doing those kind of room checks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, no, I'm good. All right, so I know I love the question of trolleys and carts provided for moving day. Yes.
They are, and we actually brought 5 new trolleys and carts this year, so there's going to be even more.
Amazing. I figured, I know Brian would love that question. So I was like, I know the answer, but I wanted Brian to be like, yeah, we got it. And then Leslie, let's see, my student sibling will be with us. Honestly, we love to have the whole family here. If you got other younger kids or anything like that, you need to come in. It's so much fun because all summer long, we've been communicating with maybe over the phone, over email, and there's no real necessarily way to always get a face-to-face unless maybe you're visiting and you happen to be in the area. So we genuinely love having the whole family here. So you are more than welcome. Have everybody here. And that's more people to help you get moved into your dorm faster, right? I was going to say, definitely bring your whole family with you. And then also answer, Leah Kelly's question. Is there a cost for ACU sporting events? That's a great question. So some events will, some events won't. So as you're kind of looking and getting into that time frame of like, hey, I'm interested in this specific sporting event, go to our athletics page and you can purchase your tickets there. If so, there are students tickets. Yes, we do have student tickets available as well. Once we get kind of closer into the school year and we have those events starting, there'll be different opportunities and things that we can send to students about like QR codes and specific like coupon codes. Is that what I'm thinking? What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, like a code basically to get in. Discount code. That's what I'm looking for. Discount code for our students that are here on campus to attend events as well. So yes, just make sure to go to our athletics page and you can start looking into tickets and what that looks like for that.
All right, and I love how many housing questions we have. That's why we always have a housing representative here. We know that's what you guys have a lot of questions on. So, Brian, if you can knock out the rules regarding family visits, maybe real quick, and then we want the people want more details on laundry and the facilities there. So go.
I like a high heat on mine for whites, warm on colors. No, so for family visits, yes. We encourage families to visit as much as possible and say, hey, I want to help you with this going on. I know my parents came up and visited me when I was at NAU because they wanted to take advantage of the cooler temperatures. So we always welcome those kind of things. For family visits, if it is just an off time where, hey, we're just coming up for lunch or we're coming up to pick you up for dinner for a birthday or a special event, great, awesome. If there's an overnight visit with a cousin or someone that's a brother or a sibling, that's great. We'd like it to be the same gender to stay in your dorm. So if that is possible and they're doing those kind of things, fill out the visitation form for our guests. That's going to be accessed through your RA. So if you have someone, hey, I got my cousin, she's in town from, Lincoln, Nebraska. I was hoping she could hang out with me for the weekend. Perfect. Fill out this form. Make sure you do that. And make sure our roommate is okay with that as well. We want to make sure that we respect both people's spaces. Laundry. So laundry is free. It's in each of our halls that we have. There is also different places on campus that you can go. So if you're for some odd reason in Freedom and Liberty Hall, but you're like, man, both these laundry rooms are used, I can only use this one. No, feel free to use any washer or dryer on campus, Independence, Constitution, Patriot One. So make sure you find one that's working for you. Students are in charge of, buying their own detergent, doing those kind of things. We ask that you try not to fill it up all the way to the top. So if you have someone that's at home and that's never done laundry, maybe it's a great opportunity to do that really quick and let them know that, hey, only 2/3 full is probably what you're going to want to do. Comforters, large mattress covers like that, let's wash those as somewhere separate, maybe take those home for the week, but make sure you're washing your sheets regularly. You'd be surprised how often that doesn't get done.
All right.
Is there Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Well, yes, of course. There's Wi-Fi all over campus. Any classroom, library, dorms, anything like that. Yeah. There's a nice coverage everywhere you go on campus, especially in the dorms as well. So. A couple others, kind of questions about Parents Weekend and different things like that. So yes, we do have Parents Weekend. It's kind of tied in with our homecoming weekend. And I believe that date has been sort of finalized. I don't know if it's been officially sent out. Do you know the date off the top of your head?
Let it out. Oh, November 15th. Go for it.
Yes.
We're playing Simpson University for our football game that weekend. We'll win.
Great. So perfect. November 15th will be that weekend, and again, it'll just be a great time for families. So be looking out again on that Parent and Family Experience newsletter. There'll be a bunch of information about that, as well as our website and different social media channels as well. Let's see, and then the one I'll answer here too about sporting events being live streamed. I believe every single sport here, especially ones that happen on campus, is live streamed. Yes. It's all going to be either through our athletics website or through our GSAC app as well. So you're able to watch any of that, especially the ones we have on campus. Some of the away events or some of the remote events may be a little bit harder, but anything that's on campus will be live streamed.
Right, yeah. So I'm going to answer, I know Sugar Pablo just came in with check-in days the same day we get settled into your dorms. Yes. and parents can be there as well. And I know it seems like, I know I had a couple questions, they've been coming in, so I'm trying to keep track of them all, but in terms of having, I know that's a sibling question about having them there during the parent session. If that's the case, that's totally fine. If you want to bring your child with you to the parent session, that's not a problem. We'll have other spaces on campus if they want to just maybe hang out like in the tower or somewhere else while you guys are in the parent session, that's totally fine too. Or if, like you said, feel free to bring them with you to that parent session, and that'll be totally fine. So you'll definitely get a much bigger idea of what that check-in day looks like. Again, just kind of reiterating, get to campus, get to the library, and we will take you from there. So once you get everything completed in the library, we'll be directing you to where you're going to be moving into your dorm if you're living on campus, and kind of just going from there what the logistics look like. So that's kind of like a very short abbreviated version of what that check-in day process will look like, and definitely have parents and family to join you.
So we're kind of getting down to maybe just over 5 minutes or 5 minutes for our Q&A. So start dropping in many of those last minute questions that you have for us. If you have any follow-up questions, again, feel free to reach out to anyone you know at ACU, whether it's you've been working with Leah and her team, Victoria or Brenton, your EMS, your recruiter, Residence Life, or if you don't remember, email admissions@arizonachristian.edu or enrollment@arizonachristian.edu, and that'll get right to where you need to go for any random questions you might think of in a little bit. But as we get some of our last questions, I'll ask both of you guys one kind of big question as we answer some of these. Leah, starting with you. Being the process, getting everything ready guru for our incoming students, what is your best piece of advice for students right now as we're just under a month from school starting?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I would say, just in terms of getting ready and getting excited, if you're an athlete, make sure you're talking with your coach about what to expect. If you're coming here just as a new student in general, as an academic student, I would say maybe just double check with your EMS and say, hey, is there anything I need to be doing? Maybe making sure that you know what books you're going to get. Just maybe contacting them, and really guess whether you're an academic student or an athlete, just definitely reach out to your EMS to make sure you have everything ready, everything set to go. Make sure if you don't know where you're going to be with your dorm, maybe that's a great place, like Brian mentioned in the beginning, go to that eRes Life, check out that page, see what's going on there, and just making sure that you feel really excited and ready to come to ACU. Your travel plans, making sure that you're ready to go from, like we mentioned several times, the August Thursday the 21st to be here and be ready for new student check-in. And yeah, I feel like that's the thing. If you have any questions, like you're putting them in here now, and even if you have them after, I really encourage you just to reach out to your EMS, reach out to your recruiter, because we want to help you and make sure that you're feeling really confident in joining us here at ACU.
And Brian's going to answer a few of these meal cafeteria ones.
Rapid fire.
Yeah, but we also just dropped that email, admissions@arizonachristian.edu. Again, if you have any additional questions, email that email right now, and come Monday morning when we're all back in the office, we'll get those answered for you. Brian?
Gosh, yeah, let's take dining hall and go that direction, and we'll see where we go from here. You ready? Here it goes. We have actually changed our food provider from year to year, and this is the first time that I've been here where we're going to be changing our food provider. We're going with a new company that's rated #1 in college and universities across the land. So we're excited about it. They have been giving me all kinds of new insights and all kinds of new details. So we're excited about some of the updates that they're making to our tower, which is mostly for food, grill, breakfast bowls, those kind of areas. And then we also have our commons, which is our big cafeteria that's on campus. They are taking in different accounts for allergies, food prep, meal prep, those kind of things that we're doing. So I'm excited about it. Do we have hours for them? Check back soon. We're going to get those up on the page as quickly as possible for you. I know we're still trying to finalize which ones will be open for how long, just because it's how long should dinner run with practices going on in the fall. So we're working on those as closely as possible. But know that was something that we wanted to update this year, and that was something that we took the time and said, hey, this is the company that we feel like is going to do it right for us. They have a really good reputation. They're Christian based and Christian focused, so we're really excited about it.
All right, we kind of got 2 car questions too that I'll answer here. How much does it cost to park during the school year? Nothing extra. That is included in your tuition and fees there, so there's no additional parking pass cost or anything like that. And do you suggest freshmen to bring their cars? Yeah, you can. We have plenty of parking now. Sometimes parking happens to be a little farther away than you might be happy with sometimes, but there is always parking available on campus. So if you have a car and you want to bring it, you absolutely can. It's I would recommend it. It's a very nice to get around that way and kind of, again, like Brian said, either go up north, go get food, off campus, or kind of go explore the area. And then I saw one about registration day. Oh, do my parents have to be there on check-in day? And we kind of have the same question there. So they don't have to be. Obviously, it's maybe helpful, but no, if you are doing it alone, well, you're not going to do it alone. We'll be with you there. But if you're coming in by yourself to start that day, totally fine as well. All right. Anything else on here?
So I'm going to just kind of piggyback off of what David said. So in terms of parking or getting your parking pass, which you're going to get when you come for check-in. But the other really big thing when DJ or David was mentioning when we were talking about what to do before you get here, there's another email that you're going to be receiving called Important Steps for either if you're a new student, incoming student, returning student, whatever that kind of is for you. Just look for an email that's titled Important Steps from admissions@arizonachristian.edu. There are 2 super important forms that need to be completed before you come for check-in day. And one of them is called a campus safety form. So that's actually where you're going to put in all of your vehicle information that you're going to be bringing on campus. So that way we know it's your car, where you're parking at, making sure everything is all good to go. And so again, we can match your specific vehicle, like your license plate, to your parking pass. So that's a really, really big reason to get that one taken care of. Another one's called the Student Worldview Inventory Survey.
Yes.
That's a super cool survey that's actually really specific to Arizona Christian University as a whole. We have Dr. Barna, who actually does a lot of research. He's done things all across the nation at different conferences about how God is moving in the students' lives here at Arizona Christian and the classes that you take, just being really biblically focused, and how each year you'll take that survey, lucky you, on how your faith has been changing since you've come to Arizona Christian. So if you're coming here as a new student, we'd love for you to fill out that form. So again, make sure to fill out those 2 forms in that email, Important Steps. We're going to be asking you on check-in day if you've completed them when you get here. So make sure to do that.
All right. Now, as we're wrapping up, Brian, again, I want to get my question for you, and then I'll wrap us up here with some last little bit. But again, thank you guys so much for joining us. Again, if we missed a question, feel free to email us. But again, hopefully we got a bunch of questions answered for you and kind of feel, good about where you're coming in. But Brian, for not just living on campus, but, maybe, trying to engage with, a community out of college, what's your best recommendation for students to do when they get here?
Gosh, so many great things to do on campus. There's multiple opportunities that you can get plugged into. Here's a bit of advice from someone that didn't get plugged in their first year at college. Find either a life group or a small group that's doing some sort of Bible study together. That's always a great way to get connected. 2, we have peer mentors and crew groups that you'll be plugged into right away as soon as you get here. So if you're looking for someone, hey, I just want someone that's been maybe a few steps ahead of me, that knows the kind of the path and can help me out with some basic questions, please find a peer mentor, get connected with them. If you're still like, man, I just have nowhere to go, one of my best resources when I was a freshman was my RA. He got me actually plugged into his Bible study. So make sure you reach out to your RAs or someone that's around the campus that's, hey, I need help with this area. If you're a commuter and you're like, man, I just feel like I'm out of touch, there's great ways to connect either through our events that happen on campus, meet one of our student engagement professionals, or you can reach out to one of our resident directors as well. I know you're not on campus, but man, we love connecting with students and making sure that they're connected in some positive way. So make sure you reach out to us as possible.
Cool. Thank you, Brian. Well, again, thank you guys so much for joining us here. Again, we're actually officially under a month away from school starting. So, and we have students coming in starting even next week. So we're really excited to see you guys again. It's been a quiet summer, but we're really excited to get you guys back on campus, have fun, go to events, go to games, kind of have you guys back here on campus. So again, thank you guys for joining us. I want to give a special thank you to Trevor and Sam, who's sitting behind the cameras. All of you guys will meet them. You will interact with them during the check-in process. So make sure if you do see them, tell them thanks for the live stream and all the great work that they do there as well. Again, thank you guys so much for joining us. Some of you guys will see you next week. If not, we'll see you in less than a month.